This class, what we did is we were just discussing the region. How do we draw the region of our interest based on what is the equation given? Okay, and we discussed x plus y less than or equal to 2, and also we discussed x square plus y square less than 4, which will result in a circle. Okay. Okay. Okay, did anyone try to understand how to draw this for two random variables when we have a function minimum of x comma y? Okay, can anyone explain what is minimum of x comma y and maximum of x comma y? Did anyone try this? Okay, see here. Now, what can you expect in this module is, of course, we know some basic equations like finding out CD of PD of PMF, and if one is given, we know how to find out the other one. Okay, so these are the basic things. Apart from that, when we talk about multiple random variables, we have these four are very important functions. Okay, so you are given some set of random variables and you are asked to find out, and you know the range and you know the probability, or sometimes you may be asked to find out the probability and also range, and you are asked to find out what is the event that results in some of these two random variables. What is the difference between two random variables, or what is the square of each random variable is less than some value, and also finding the minimum of x comma y less than or equal to some value and maximum of x comma y less than or equal to or greater than or equal to some value. See, these equation can be changed in any way. Okay, so it can be sum, it can be subtraction, it can be square of two random variables, or it can be minimum maximum value. Okay, I want you to just take some simple example of two random variables of some 4 to 5 random variables in x direction and 4 to 5 random variables in y direction, and try to find out what is x plus y less than or equal to 2, x plus y greater than 2, x square plus y square less than 4, greater than 4, minimum of x comma y greater than or less than 2, similarly maximum of x comma y greater than or less than 2. If you practice this will help you to solve most of your questions. Okay, so I'm telling you again, in part B, along with the basic equations for cumulative distribution function, probability mass function, okay, and probability distribution function, it can be continuous or discrete random variable. Along with that, it is very important for you to understand equations like this. Now, if you just look at various equations of this bivariate random variable, you are asked to find out the cumulative distribution function of some random experiment of two random variables, where you have to find out some probability of sum of two random variables, or subtraction or difference between two random variables and their probabilities, minimum of two random variables and maximum of two random variables. If you have a question something like this, you can just take some example, because your value 2 is given to you. You can just try out. Okay, now for minimum and maximum of for two given random variable, there is a standard function. Now, minimum of x comma y less than or equal to 2 will result in a function which has a union of x and y. Please try to remember this. If this question is asked to you straight away, you can just take the, this condition is satisfied if x is less than or equal to 2 or y is less than or equal to 2. So we have an operation OR. So it results in union. Okay, I thought already people have gone through this and understood something. If not done, again go back and take some examples and try with minimum and maximum of two random variables. And maximum of x comma y less than or equal to any variable, any value, will result in intersection of x and y. These two are the standard equations. Okay, always minimum will result in the union and maximum will result in intersection. We will discuss that. I will take this example, and there is a standard explanation for this. Okay, we will take that after discussing this. Okay, so that will result in this here. Maybe, I don't know how many of you have tried to plot it. This is very interesting plot here. A minimum of x comma y, as I told you, it is a union. If you just look at minimum of x, or just a random variable x less than or equal to 2. A random variable x less than or equal to 2 will be what? This is 2 here. In the x direction, this is 2. So x less than or equal to 2 will be this part. Everything apart beyond this part in the x direction. Because we have x here, this is a point x where x is equal to 2. X less than or equal to 2 will be everything beyond this. So what we do is we just write a straight line here, okay, a vertical line to say that everything beyond this is x less than or equal to 2. But similarly, everything that is less than or equal to 2 in the y direction is, we have y here, this point is y, that is equal to 2. Everything below this will be y less than or equal to 2. Everything below this point will be y less than or equal to 2. Okay, so now when we take the union of these two, we not only take this part, we consider even this part and this part from this, everything from this and everything from this. I think it's very important to understand this one. When I say union, so this is what will result when we have x less than or equal to 2. Even this part. Okay, when we say x, y less than or equal to 2, this will be everything. Even this part. This part below this will result in x, y less than or equal to 2. This is the case when we have minimum of x comma y. Okay, so when we look at the maximum of x comma y, maximum is x less than or equal to 2, y less than or equal to 2. This is an intersection. This part is an intersection. Maximum is this. Okay, and the minimum is something that includes union, either x or y. Here we have both x and y. Okay, so you can just remember this. So because this is a standard equation. So I have given you the explanation of how we got these two. Okay, I think this is clear now. We will just go to another simple example. See, now most of the times when we deal with bivariate random variables, they'll just give you a chart. This is the simple way of asking the question. There can be any other difficult ways. This is the simplest way of asking the question. Now, in the case of single random variable, we had just one single line, one set, which it was very easy to represent. Now, when we have multivariate or bivariate random variables, we need to plot a table, something like this, or we need to write a table wherein, because x and y can take any different values. Now, what does this chart say here? This table says when x is equal to 1, when the random variable x can take 1 and 2, the probability of this experiment is 1 by 12. When x and x is equal to 1, y is equal to 4, the probability of this event is 1 upon 24. X is equal to 1, y is equal to 5, then the probability is 1 upon 24. Okay. Okay. So, any doubts you have? Fine. So now you can create your own chart here or table here for different values of probabilities. But you have to make sure that sum of all these probabilities is equal to 1. Okay, maybe you can just verify this table later whether the sum of all these random variables is equal to, probabilities is equal to 0 or not. Okay, so you can just take this when x is equal to 1, you can just y is equal to 2, check what is this probability plus this probability plus this probability. This should result in sum is equal to 1 because sum of all these probabilities should be equal to 1. Now let us see what is the question. The question is here is we have to find the probability that x is less than or equal to 2 and y is less than or equal to 4. Okay, the question is very simple. All these values are given to you in this table. What is the probability that x is less than or equal to 2 and y is less than or equal to 4? So how do you do that? When I say probability x is less than or equal to 2,
Ma'am, is it 9 by 24?
yeah, I will check it. X is less than or equal to 2. If we do that, we have to take x less than or equal to 2, this case and this case, less than or equal. And y is less than or equal to 4, y is equal to 2, and y is equal to 4. So we have a summation. In the summation, x can vary from 1 to 2 and y can vary from 2 to 4. That is the meaning. Okay. Okay, what is the answer, Ravi Prakash? Can you repeat? Others can tell me what is the answer. The probability, see, you take x is equal to
9 by 24, ma'am.
Okay. We will just check. I think their answer is different. Probability that you just have to sum it.
3 by 8, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
ma'am, that is same. Same. It is the simplest form 3/8. It was to 9/8.
Okay. 9 by 20. Okay, fine. 3. Okay, 9 by 24, 3 by 8. Yes, it is same. It is same. I think that is clear. Now, take the values which are given to you, consider the range. Okay, that's all. Find the marginal probability mass functions of x and y. Now, what is the equation for marginal probability mass function? Now, we have to find out marginal PMF for x and y both. So, when we take marginal probability mass function for x, we keep x constant. Say, for example, when I take x is equal to 0, I vary y. Okay, and I take we need to find out the probability mass function probabilities. Mass function is sum of all the probabilities. When I say marginal PMF of x, I keep x constant and I vary y. And x can take any value. X can take x equal to 1, x equal to 2, x equal to 3. Similarly, when we find out the marginal PMF for y, we keep y is equal to constant. Y can be 2, y can be 4, and y can be 5. And we vary the value of x. And we find out the corresponding probabilities and we sum it later. That is the meaning. Okay. Now, when x is equal to 1, can you just tell me what is the marginal probability mass function?
1/6.
It is sum of all these probabilities because x equal to 1, y is equal to 2, x equal to 1, y equal to 4, x equal to 1, y equal to 5. Okay. Yeah. Similarly, when x equal to 2, this into,
By
3
yeah.
by 8.
3/8.
Okay, fine. When x equal to 1, it is 1 upon 6. When x equal to 2, it is 3 by 8. When x equal to 3, it is 11 by 24. And for all other values, it is 0. Similarly, py of y, I'll just take y is equal to 2, x equal to 1. Sum of all this. Okay. Is it half 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. What is the next question? Next question is find the probability of y is equal to 2 when x equal to 1. This is the conditional probability of two random variables. Okay. Uh, you should be little careful here. When they say find probability y is equal to 2, there is a condition. Okay. This indicates condition here when x is equal to 1. If you just remember your equation for conditional probability, so this is the probability for y is equal to 2 and x is equal to 1 divided by probability of x is equal to 1. That is a equation by definition. Okay. Now, it is not probability of 2 comma 1 here. Don't get confused with that. Now, by definition of probability, conditional probability of y is equal to 2 given x is equal to 1 is probability of 2 comma 1 divided by probability that x is equal to 1. That is the meaning. See here. Pxy of 1 comma 2 is given to us. Pxy of 1 comma 2 is 1 by 12 divided by probability that x is equal to 1. What is that? Probability that x is equal to 1 is your marginal probability density function. That is x is equal to 1 is 1 upon 6. Okay. See, x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2. That is given to us in the table. This is the marginal probability mass function when x is equal to 1. This is 1 upon 6. Okay. The answer is 1 by 2. Right. So what is the next question? Next question is, are x and y independent? To check whether x and y are independent in case of discrete probability, the joint probability Pxy of x comma y should be equal to probability of x into probability of y, individual probability functions. Okay. To check whether they are independent, Pxy of x comma y, the joint distribution should be equal to P of x into P of y. Is that true? How do you do that? Now we have various probabilities here. Probability of x is equal to 1, or I think we have calculated it for 1 here. Probability of x is equal to 2, y is equal to 2 is equal to 1 upon 6. If you just look at that table. Okay. And also we have to again find out the marginal probabilities here. Probability that x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 2 is equal to 1 upon 6 from the table. If it is equal to the probability of x equal to 2 into probability of y is equal to 2, then they are independent. Okay, you can just refer that here. Probability that x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 2. Then both are not equal in this case. If this condition is satisfied, then they are independent. Okay, if this condition is not satisfied, they are dependent. Okay, so this is a standard set of questions that will be asked on multiple random variables. Please try to make your own table, try to make your own probabilities. You can take any event and just try to solve the questions under these headings. Okay. And this is another interesting, just note down this question. Okay, note down this question, try to solve it. We'll see, maybe this we will not discuss now. You take time and try to solve it. You can just, it is just a question which deals with the 2 random variables. Okay. So we have a bag containing 40 blue marbles and 60 red marbles, and we choose 10 marbles without replacement. Okay, when we take just these 10 marbles, we don't replace these 10 marbles again back to those set of marbles. Let x be the number of blue marbles and y be the number of red marbles. Find the joint PMF of x and y. Okay, it's a very interesting question. You just see, you apply whatever things you want. I mean, it can be permutation combinations you can apply. You can just think about it as we have large number of sets here. We have total 100 marbles. Okay, out of 100, because 40 blue and 60 red. Out of 100, we want to pick 10. And we have defined x and y, and we have to find out the PMF for x and y. Probability mass function. Just think about it. Okay. Your USN can be pasted here later. Okay, at the end of the class. Okay, any issues? Okay, fine. This we will not discuss now. This we will discuss later. See, the minimum and maximum case. If you people are not convinced with that example, I thought I will explain this. I think you are already convinced because you are just keeping quiet. So anyway, I'll just explain this once again. This is a standard form of explaining this minimum and maximum. I request you to, whenever a question is given to you, you have to find, you make your own question, minimum, maximum, sum, difference, and square. Okay, there are some standard equations. You try to relate all your experiments, all your outcomes and probabilities to those set of 4 or 5 equations and try to find out the distribution function. Okay, that is sufficient when we take this multiple case. Okay. See here, when we have probability of z less than or equal to, I mean, here z is defined as maximum of x comma y and w is defined as minimum of x comma y, and we are interested to find out the distribution function, cumulative distribution function for z and w. Okay, so this is just by definition. If I take z as a random variable, probability that z is less than or equal to z, this is by definition. Now what is z? Z is maximum of x comma y. Maximum of x comma y less than or equal to z. Now what is maximum of x comma y? Maximum of x comma y can be written as this. You please remember this. Or okay, you try to understand this and I will tell you another way of understanding this. Now when I say maximum, it is and or an intersection between x and y. When we take an intersection between x and y, this is what we get. This is what we get. Probability that x is less than or equal to 2, y is also less than or equal to 2. This is an intersection. Okay, when we have case of maximum. Okay, so So that's what we have written here. When here given in the condition, it is given that x and y are independent. We can write it in terms of equation. That is not a big deal here. But understanding that plot is important. Till this is important. Okay. Now you just look at this, finding out the minimum. If w is defined as minimum of x comma y, by definition I can write it as w is less than or equal to w. Probability that minimum of x comma y is less than or equal to w. So how do we generally write it? Now minimum of x less than or equal to w or x comma y less than or equal to w plus x comma y greater than w should be equal to 1. That is according to the law of probability. Now this can be written as 1 minus p of minimum of or whatever given function. We can write it for any given function greater than w. Okay. So this can be written as and here. Okay, it should be as we have minimum function, it should be an or function. Or and, you just take and here because we are writing 1 minus probability of x greater than w and y greater than w. Okay, if you understand this equation, 1 minus probability of x greater than w, probability of y greater than w. We will just go up again here. See here, this function, minimum function is x greater than w. This everything beyond this is x greater than w and y greater than w. But our function is 1 minus x greater than w, y greater than w. So that's the reason we are taking this part, excluding everything here. Okay. See, x greater than 2 and y greater than 2 is this region. And we are interested to find out 1 minus this region. So this is our interested area. Okay. Okay, we'll move to the next title here. The next title is a discussion of all these functions for continuous random variable. If I want to find out small f, okay, here for x and y, for bivariate random variable, the cumulative distribution function is capital F. And if I want to find out the probability density function, what we do, we just take the differentiation. We have two random variables here. Okay, so this is exactly same as our single random variable case. When we want to find out the probability density function from probability cumulative distribution function, we differentiate. When we want to find out the cumulative distribution function capital F from small f, we integrate it. Okay, we have double integrals here. We have double integral and we have two random variables. Okay, we will discuss this equation again here. Okay, so if you can map your properties of single random variable with multiple random variable, it is exactly same. So we will not spend much time on that. Instead of single integration, we have double integration here. This is a given function, minus infinity to plus infinity is a range. And when we integrate this throughout this range, it should be resulting in 1. Okay, this is a particular given range R of A, of event A. Okay, and we have an equation when we are interested to find out that the probability that the random variable x is between A and B and the random variable y is between C and D. How did we do? We took the range, if you remember. Okay, because considering A less than or equal to x, A greater than or equal to x is A less than or equal to x is equal to A less than x. Because if you remember, all these equations have the same meaning. Less than or equal to or less has the same meaning here, because probability that x is equal to A is 0 in case of continuous random variable. Okay, so this is a range here. When we want to find out the probability given a range, then we integrate it. That is what we already know. Okay, this is the same equation again. Again, we discuss marginal probability density function here and conditional density function here. Marginal density function for x, marginal density function for y. So if I want to find out the marginal density function for x, what is that? Fx of x is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. See here, this is minus infinity to plus infinity of the cumulative function, okay, of a joint function fxy of x comma y with respect to y we are integrating, and this range is for y. We are keeping x constant, we are taking the range of y and we are integrating it with respect to y. When we want to find out the marginal distribution for y, this is the range of x and this is a given function, bivariate function, and we are differentiating it with respect to x. Okay. And independent random variable, if this entire function is equal to multiplication of this individual functions, marginal distribution functions, then we say that they are independent. Okay, let us take one simple example. This has come in your model question paper. Your model question paper is available in your VTU website. I just want to discuss your model question paper today in brief. I mean, just to see whatever we discussed. I mean, how exactly we can relate that. Okay, just take this simple example, then we will go to that discussion. Okay, this is an example for continuous random variable when we have two random variables x and y. Now, joint probability density function, that is small f of x comma y, is equal to c. It is a constant. Okay, and we have the range for x and y. The range of x is 0 to 3, and the range of y is between 0 and 3. And in all other places, it is 0. You can just try to plot this cumulative, this PDF. The question can be something like this: plot PDF. It is very simple. You have a constant c between range 0 and 3, so it will be a simple graph. You can just add that also. Okay, plot the PDF for x and y separately. Okay, then what is the value of constant c? What is the PDF for x and y? Okay, this is the marginal PDFs for x and y. When you have a joint function, when you are asked to find out the PDF for x and y, that is marginal distribution. And what is fxy of x comma y when x is between 0 to 3? You have to find out the cumulative function here, fxy of x comma y. And this is x comma y, x is between x and infinity, and y is between infinity to y. Okay. And are x and y independent? This is again a set of standard questions.
Ma'am, is C 1 by 9?
Yeah, we'll check it. Okay, we will check that. I think you have used the property of double integration fx of x comma y dx dy is equal to 1, because when we integrate the entire region considering the limits, it should be equal to 1. It's a very simple integration because we just have a constant c. We will just check your see, all of you, please listen this. All these questions will be based on your properties. You have to be perfect in the properties itself. Remember all the properties, make your own chart and try to solve problems like this. So this is by definition fxy of x comma y between minus infinity to plus infinity is 1. We already have the range given to us 0 to 3 and 0 3, and function is c. Okay, so you can just take out c. 0 to 3 dy, 0 to 3 dx is equal to 1. Just simplify this. Now y can take the value 3 and 0. Upper limit is 3, lower limit is 0. Upper limit for x is 3, lower limit for x is 0. When you substitute this, you will get this equation. Okay, substitute this and equate it to 1. You will get c is equal to 1 upon 9. Are you able to do that? Please try this. All of you, please try this. This is a very, common, basic example. You should be able to get the answer. If you get some other answer, you just let me know. Please tell me what is the answer. Are you getting the same answer or not? And if you're already done with that, you can just try the next question. What are the PDFs for x and y?
Ma'am, both are 1 by 3.
Okay, is it 1 by 3? We'll just check it. Others can also reply. I think you are an expert in, people are an expert in probability part. Please try to look at some complicated equations also, because I'm just starting with a simple one. We don't know how many number of equations, problems we can solve in class, but I'm planning to give it as a question bank or assignment later. Okay, so try to look at various books. And there is one more thing. There is one more book called as Fundamentals of Probability by Oliver. Okay, I think I have that book. I'll just show you that. I'm not sure where it is. The title of that book is Fundamentals of Probability by Oliver. That's a very good book, and he has solved so many number of problems on each topic. That will definitely help you to understand the concept very well. First thing is, please go through your textbook which is given to you. Richard. Richard is a textbook. It is available in your syllabus, and if you feel difficult to understand that, you can refer Sham series. That is one of your reference books. Okay, I think if you refer these two, your concept will be clear. If you still have a problem, you can refer Oliver for uh, understanding these problems. Okay, what is the answer for this? What are the PDFs for X and Y?
Both I am getting 1/3.
Okay, fine. Yeah, it is 1/3. I'll just quickly explain. I know you already know this, but minus infinity to plus infinity. Now we are finding out the distribution for X. Okay. So what we do is this is the range for Y. This is the range for Y. In our case, both are same. So 0 to 3. With respect to Y, we have to integrate it. Okay. So integrate it, substitute the values. C, we already know that is 1/9. Okay. So this is a constant. Now we get 3/9, that is 1/3. When x is between 0 and 3. Similarly, same thing holds good for y because the range is same and value is also same. Okay. It is 1/3. And how do we find out the bivariate cumulative distribution function? Finding out the bivariate cumulative distribution function, minus infinity to x, minus infinity to y. See, when I say cumulative distribution function, minus infinity to x, when we take the entire fxy of x comma y between minus infinity to plus infinity, that should be equal to 1 always. If we consider the entire range minus infinity to plus infinity, that should be equal to 1 when we take cumulative. Because throughout the range, probability should be equal to 1. So here, 0 to x, because beyond 0 we don't have anything, or this is a limit given to us. Okay, tell me what is the answer. 0 to 3, 0 to x, 0 to y. You have to take it as 0 to x, 0 to y.
XY by 9, ma'am.
Yes, xy by 9. It is xy by 9. And what is the difference here between this and this? Now we have, I hope you know the difference between what are the PDFs of x and y, what are fxy of x comma infinity and infinity comma y. Now what we do is when we have x comma some range here, x comma infinity and infinity comma y here in this particular case is x comma 3 and 3 comma y. Okay. I think, yeah, here. Yeah. 0 to 3, 0 to x. Again, this is by definition. Please try to understand. It is fx of x is equal to x comma infinity. Okay. Fxy x comma infinity is equal to fx of x. So now we have x comma infinity. Instead of infinity, we have a value x comma 3. Okay. So we have a value x comma 3. That's the reason we are integrating it from 0 to x and 0 to 3. So similarly, when we take it for y, fxy of infinity comma y is equal to 3 comma y. Fxy of 3 comma y. It is 0 to 3 and 0 to y. Okay. And you integrate it because it is a simple one. So we'll get this answer. Fy of y is equal to y by 3. Fx of x is equal to x by 3. Okay. Okay. So the last one is checking for independency. So fx y of x comma y. joint function, is it equal to the product of individual function? We have everything with us. Okay, the independent function we already have. Fx of x is equal to 1 upon 3. Okay, now fy of y is also equal to 1 upon 3. The product of this is equal to 1 upon 9. Okay, so fxy of x comma y, this is equal to 1 upon 9. Hence, they are independent. These are the standard set of questions. You should be perfect in any. See, now what we have, the function is constant. You may get any complicated function. You should be very good in integration. Okay, you should be perfect in integration. Then you'll be able to solve all these questions applying a common rule or common set of properties. Okay. So as of now, I want to discuss this much in with respect to calculating your distribution functions, mass function, and independency, and marginal distribution function. Okay, I think this one example is sufficient for you to understand how we solve it. Now you have to practice more number of problems. You just take it for you homework today, or you can just what you can try is. Now what I'll give is same thing, same distribution function. Now I mean same ranges. Fx of xy of x comma y is equal to say 3xy. Let us take this function as 3xy. Instead of a constant, we have a function 3 into xy. Can you just repeat it for all these and try to get the answer? Instead of c, I have some function of x and y. Okay, you can get some equation, something. Can you just try? I mean, is it possible to get it? Now, fx. Now the question is the PDF, joint PDF fxy of x comma y is equal to 3 into small x and small y, and where x can range from 0 to 3 and y can range from 0 to 3. Otherwise, it is 0. Calculate all this. You can just note down this question. Okay, first question is what is the value of constant? There is no constant here. You have to find out PDF of x and y. Okay, and find out the fxy of x comma y, fxy of x comma infinity, y comma infinity comma y. Check for independency. Just check whether it is possible to do it or not. Okay. So the next topic is we have. I think I have solved some more problems here. I will share it with you later. Please refer this. Refer this and try to understand these answers. Okay, the next topic is bivariate expectation. Okay. Now, in the previous class, we understood what is the average or expectation. We understood what is standard deviation, and we understood what is variance. Okay, now we will try to apply the same concept for two variables, bivariate random variables now. Okay, please understand the variance, expectation, and standard deviation for single random variable, and we will extend it the same concept for bivariate random variable. Along with that, there are some more definitions here like correlation and covariance. Okay, along with the mean and standard deviation, we will understand correlation and covariance of these two random variables in next class.